In the heart of ancient Egypt, a civilization built on power and gold, a dramatic confrontation was about to unfold. The grand court of Pharaoh, bathed in the relentless sun, stood as a testament to human might and dominion. Here, the fate of an entire people would be decided. Pharaoh, resplendent in his golden regalia, sat upon his throne, the embodiment of earthly power. Before him stood Moses, a man of humble origins, yet radiating an unwavering resolve, his simple staff a stark contrast to the opulence surrounding them. Moses delivered a demand that would shake the very foundations of the empire. His voice, clear and resonant, cut through the opulent silence. "Pharaoh, let my people go." It was a plea for freedom, a challenge to absolute authority. He spoke not merely for himself or his enslaved brethren, but with a higher mandate. Moses declared that this command originated from the Lord, the God of Israel, asserting a divine authority that transcended any earthly king. Pharaoh, accustomed to unquestioning obedience, responded with a dismissive scoff. He knew no such deity, nor did he acknowledge any power greater than his own. His pride was absolute, his rule unchallenged. With a wave of his hand, Pharaoh sealed his decision. He would not release the Israelites. His refusal was not just a rejection of Moses, but a direct defiance of the unseen power Moses claimed to represent. This was no mere political dispute. It was an epic clash, a battle waged not with armies, but with divine power. The stage was set for a confrontation between human arrogance and celestial might. The Lord's anger, slow to ignite, was now triggered by Pharaoh's unyielding stubbornness. The cries of the enslaved Israelites had reached the heavens, and a divine response was imminent. In response to Pharaoh's defiance, the Lord unleashed 10 devastating plagues upon Egypt. Each one was a direct assault on the land, its people, and its gods, designed to break the will of the oppressor. The purpose of these plagues was twofold: to serve as an undeniable testament to God's supreme might, and to compel Pharaoh to heed the plea for freedom, liberating a people long held in bondage. The first sign of divine wrath manifested in the very lifeblood of Egypt. The mighty Nile, source of all sustenance, began to transform. Its waters, once clear and flowing, turned a horrifying crimson. The impact was immediate and catastrophic. The river became undrinkable, its depths teeming with dead fish, their decaying bodies polluting the air. Panic and chaos gripped the Egyptians as their vital resource became a source of death. Before the shock of the bloodied Nile could subside, a new horror emerged. Swarms of slimy, relentless frogs invaded the land, an endless tide of amphibians. They were everywhere, an inescapable nuisance. These creatures infiltrated every corner of Egyptian life. They leaped into homes, slithered into beds, and even infested ovens. The constant croaking and the sheer volume of the invasion made life unbearable. Next came an infestation of a more insidious nature. Tiny biting lice emerged from the dust, covering every living thing. They clung to humans and animals alike, a pervasive torment. The consequence was unbearable itching and misery. The Egyptians, from the highest noble to the lowest servant, found themselves tormented by these minuscule pests, unable to find relief. Following the lice, dense swarms of flies descended upon the land. These buzzing clouds brought disease and filth, settling on everything and everyone, a constant, irritating presence. Crucially, this plague marked a clear distinction. While the flies tormented the Egyptians, the land of Goshen, where the Israelites resided, remained untouched. It was a stark demonstration of divine protection. Then a deadly disease swept through the Egyptian livestock. Herds of cattle, sheep, and horses, vital to the nation's economy and sustenance, began to perish en masse. The impact was devastating. This plague decimated their herds, crippling the agricultural economy and leaving the Egyptians with a profound sense of loss and vulnerability. A new affliction then manifested directly upon the people themselves. Painful, festering boils erupted on the skin of Egyptians and their remaining animals, a visible and agonizing torment. These boils were a clear and undeniable sign of suffering, a physical manifestation of the divine judgment. Even Pharaoh's magicians, who had once mimicked Moses, were now afflicted and powerless. The heavens themselves turned against Egypt. A devastating hailstorm, unlike any ever seen, rained down upon the land. It was a terrifying tempest mixed with fire that flashed through the ice. This destructive force shattered everything in its path. It destroyed crops in the fields, killed any remaining livestock caught outside, and left the once fertile land barren and scarred. As if the hail were not enough, a new wave of destruction arrived. Swarms of locusts so vast they blotted out the sun, descended like a dark, living cloud upon the ravaged landscape. These insatiable insects devoured everything green that the hail had spared. They stripped the trees bare, consumed the last vestiges of crops, leaving the land utterly desolate and stripped of all vegetation. Then came a plague of profound psychological terror. A thick, impenetrable darkness enveloped Egypt, a tangible gloom that lasted for 3 agonizing days. It was a darkness that could be felt. This terrifying darkness was more than just an absence of light. It was a symbol. It represented the Lord's overwhelming power and Pharaoh's increasing isolation, cut off from his people and his gods. The ultimate devastation, the final, most terrible blow, was yet to come. A decree went forth that claimed the lives of the firstborn sons in every Egyptian family. This was a night of unimaginable sorrow. From Pharaoh's own heir destined to rule to the firstborn of the lowliest peasant, none were spared. This plague struck at the very heart of Egyptian society, leaving a nation in profound mourning and despair. The weight of such unimaginable loss finally broke Pharaoh's iron will. His kingdom lay in ruins, his people devastated, and his own family touched by the ultimate tragedy. In the depths of his despair, Pharaoh finally relented. He commanded the Israelites to leave, to take their families, their flocks, and all their possessions and depart from Egypt immediately. His stubbornness had cost him everything. The long-suffering Israelites, after centuries of bondage, were at last free. They marched out of Egypt, not as fugitives, but as a liberated people. Their exodus a testament to divine intervention and unwavering faith. Pharaoh's capitulation marked the end of an era of oppression and the beginning of a new chapter for the Israelites. The plagues had served their purpose, demonstrating the Lord's absolute sovereignty over all earthly powers. The story of Moses and Pharaoh and the 10 devastating plagues remains a powerful narrative. It speaks of freedom, justice, and the ultimate triumph of divine will over human pride and tyranny. It is a timeless reminder that even the most formidable empires can be brought to their knees when they stand against the forces of righteousness and the call for liberation. The echoes of that ancient conflict resonate still,